Morning everybody, this is Troy from TR, Tech Tactical and Survival. Well, a lot of days have passed since my last video talking about staying at home and basically our lives on the homestead without the ability to go out and do normal activities. I have to avoid certain keywords, but anyway. It's been quite a few days, and the reason for that is we're starting to settle in here at the homestead. We're starting to settle into our daily lives, and we're getting into a nice flow of things. Another reason is I am working my butt off, I think literally. I have been working from sunrise to long after sunset, till it's too dark to work, every single day. Usually when I'm shutting down my video for the day, I still have to put tools away from all over the property, tarp things back up. I mean, there's a lot you don't see on the property. And then after that, once everything's put away, I still have to go ahead and edit videos, answer comments, and do social media. So I've been working till 10, 11 o'clock at night sometimes later. One night I worked till after 12. And we're really loving it. The work in our own land with our own hands is just such a satisfying feeling. It's incredible. But this video is obviously about surviving the situation at hand out in the world. And my last video, I believe it was, I was very upset about everybody coming up north. And I, in a way, sort of predicted something would happen, which has now occurred. People are, they're off work, unemployed, or otherwise not working at this time. The state help is starting to come in, people are starting to get their paychecks, and they're sitting at home, and there's only so many hours you can sit watching the TV, you get bored. People got cabin fever, they started going up to their cabins, they started going camping, they started going, state parks were open and free for the public, and they were getting really busy. But unfortunately, with that comes the further spread of the problem we're trying to contain. And that is exactly what happened. I said about, a week or so ago, I said, you watch, in another week or two, all of Michigan is going to be red. Now on the Michigan State official map, it's blue. But on the one I look at, it's red. But it is. Up here, if I'd have to recheck the map, but there's only one county that I see over here on northern lower Michigan that doesn't have it now. And that's sad. It has been spreading because people aren't staying home. They're not listening. So our governor, as I predicted, has cracked down even further. And now there's extreme fine print on what you can and cannot do, so much so that there's actually a question and answers page, which I read thoroughly. It took me an hour. I read every question and every answer about everything you can or cannot do, what you're allowed to now. I find that it was sad but necessary because people weren't taking care of their own selves and doing it themselves. But I think that some of the things, I think that you can see some corporate pressure coming into play here because, okay, I want to blow off some steam here and go on my rant for a minute, and then we'll go back. But, alright, so we're supposed to stay at home, okay? No driving around, unless you're going to get groceries or go to the hospital. That's it, alright? Or medicine. That's it. You can go and get some exercise, but it's got to be very restricted, very reduced, and close to home. So, why then is it that we're told we can do nothing that is not essential to sustain life? Exercise is part of that. Medicine, groceries, putting gas in your car for emergency, and so you can get groceries. Why then did she open it up to allow the sales of new cars? Corporate pressure? That's weird. That's weird. So now you can buy a brand new car, but you're not allowed to drive it. I don't see how that's an essential necessity to sustain life. I don't get that. So new car sales are now allowed, and gambling and the lottery is now considered an essential necessity to sustain life because it's allowed. That doesn't make sense. Liquor stores, I can understand. There's a lot of people that will go into withdrawal without it, so I guess I can understand that. But liquor stores are now allowed if they sell some food. So if you can buy a bag of chips and get your alcohol, that's all right. I do understand, though, that some people really, really need it. And to reduce the amount of pressure on the hospitals from withdrawal, I know firsthand that it's not pleasant sometimes. I quit drinking and smoking around 2000 at the same day. I just quit everything, stopped. And I had, I can't even say the word what I had, but let's just say I was uncomfortable for 3 months, and it was not nice. It was not nice at all. So I know what it's like. So that's, it could be a necessity. But now we've closed down. You can't buy furniture, you can't go to the garden center, and you can't buy paint. So if you're in a big store buying your groceries, you can't buy anything else, any of these other things, which bugs me because I saw something running behind me. Bugs me because now we're in spring. We're entering the garden season, but now we're not allowed to buy gardening things. You can't buy your plants and your soil and your fertilizer and your tools and all that. It's not considered a necessity for the big stores, department-like stores, that have everything anyway. Not that I want to, but let's say I have to go to store A, a big store that has everything, and I've got to get my groceries anyway, and I got my protective stuff on, and I'm taking care. Why can't I buy food to put in the ground and plant to feed my family? I would consider that a necessity to sustain life. And that's going to put a hurting on the economy. A lot of people grow their own food. One, like us, we are what we can make out of our own homestead is all we got. That's it. We've been reduced to whatever I can do from my own homestead is it. That's it. That's all we have. But now, take away a large chunk of that. Not even allowed now. And that's frustrating. And sure, you can still go to like the dollar store and buy seeds. And some hardware stores. But it costs more. And I just think that is an essential. Being allowed to get your gardening, your live plants and your gardening supplies and materials to put in your garden right now in spring when the peak planting season is coming up. I'd call that a life-sustaining essential, especially for people in Michigan here. A lot of people grow their own food. It's an essential. It's a necessity. A lot of us can't afford, especially here in northern lower Michigan, a lot of us can't afford to go buying all your food. A lot of us are self-sufficient to some extent. We hunt, we fish, and we grow our own food. That's all taken away from us right now. And for many people, the money hasn't started coming in yet to help people. So that, I sure hope our governor sees that and realizes and starts putting in some amendments. Now, I'm not going to go running out just to buy plants. But if I have to get some supplies anyway, and while I'm already there, and exposing myself to the risk, I may as well get everything I need in one trip and be done with it. So, that's frustrating. I hope, see right now, we still get frosty nights, so we're not yet there, but we're going to get the greenhouse going. I can't get materials. It's now illegal to buy materials for my greenhouse. unless I go to a normal hardware store and pay a lot more with money I don't have in the first place. So that's awkward, and I hope that she'll open that up. As far as I can see, we can't go fishing. You can go in a canoe, you can go walking, and you can go riding a bike, but you can't go in a boat or a pontoon. And fishing wasn't specifically allowed, it wasn't specifically disallowed. So I'm going to actually have to go on the forum myself and find out. Because that isn't mentioned anywhere, and that's an important part of homestead living, is having food. We can eat rabbits and squirrels and chipmunks, whatever's in season. Obviously, right now there's no deer in season. Turkeys are out of season. We can eat rabbits and squirrels and chipmunks, and yes, I am going to obey the hunting seasons. This is a fine line right now. We're not in a grid down scenario where it's a free-for-all. We're not. We still have to follow the laws. And so I'm not going to go out shooting a deer to feed my family unless it's absolutely urgent and a necessity. But we're preppers, so we're not going to die without a deer. And we're not going to go out hunting squirrels and rabbits right now either, but fish is a normal part of our daily diet. And that's we'll survive without it, but it would be nice to be allowed it. You're not allowed to travel from place to place, from home to home. So if you got two properties, you're not allowed to travel from one to the next. Although, you can go from a home in one state to a home in another state. But if you have in Michigan, you can't go from one of your homes to another. I need to get specific instructions because, we could go to their cabin, which is a family property and a family home, and we do maintain it. We do check it out all the time, and we're always there regularly, normally, under normal circumstances. I don't know if I can right now or not, so I've got to find that out. And ice was just thawing off the lakes anyway, so this is that in-between time where the waters are now opened up. So fishing will start there pretty soon. The fish go sort of dormant in the winter there, but it's coming. They're going to start moving around here pretty soon, and I need to find out, because that helps. That's food in our plates, and food on our table. We need to find that out. But other than that, we are loving life on the homestead. We've got 18 acres of land. We do not have to go anywhere to get our daily exercise. We have trails and pathways, and even if I want to, when I get my machines running, my motorcycle, whatever, we can go running and riding. I want to teach Melanie. She's learning how to ride a bicycle. We don't have to go anywhere. But for those of you in the city, if you could find a place where there's no people, get out there and get some exercise every day. Keep the windows open in the house, get some fresh air. Generally, the outdoors air. You definitely don't want to keep your house shut up. It's not a good idea in any time to keep your house shut up tight like that. You will have some issues if you do that. But get some fresh air. Keep the windows open when you can, when it's warm enough, and get your exercise as much as you can, in a safe manner. We do run a grocery store on a homestead, so we have a online only grocery store. We do not do face-to-face sales, and that has cut out a large portion of our business, and so that affects us as well, obviously. But our online sales are increasing, which means I do have to go and drop off packages on a daily basis. I don't like getting out there. I don't like the fact that I have to do it. I thought that we were going to hunker down in a homestead and be done and just get into our homestead life and forget about the outside out there. But because we do sell groceries and people do need that, there's a lot of people that can't get out, or it's not safe for them to get out, depending on their age and their health conditions. We are performing a service for people, and it is an essential and a necessity, and I'm happy we can do that. I'm very happy we can help people out. So I am on the road every single day, just briefly. Yeah, I got to go to 7 miles, 8 miles down the road, and I'm back, and I'm done. I take care and protect myself. I got hand sanitizer in the car. I definitely do my hands and the steering wheel, and make sure I'm good every single time. But other than that, we're here. We're working the land. Check out my main channel. I'm just going to start turning out 2 videos a day because I'm starting to back up. I have a backlog of videos to upload. There's a lot going on out here now, and we don't even record a tiny fraction of it all. It is busy here in the homestead, and we're loving it here. We are really loving being back full-time on the homestead. And that has nothing to do with the circumstances at hand. That was something we were going to do anyway, but it's great. And we're busy, really busy. So check out the Do-It-Yourself World, my main channel. And I am going to start getting into the electronics, the Do-It-Yourself World Electronics. Check that out. Got some exciting projects coming up. I am working with flashlight batteries, and I'm going to be making some unique alarm systems for our property. I do have some alarm systems, but there's more I'm going to be making. And I might show the circuitry and the design and development and testing of certain things on video, although I'm not going to show you where they go or how, fine details like that. But I'll be doing some of those things. And so check out the electronics channel as well. And if you want censorship-free place to upload your videos and say pretty much what you want, as long as you're not hurting anybody, go to DIYTubeVideo.com. We've now got a new domain, and it's our primary domain, DIYTubeVideo.com. You can go check that out and upload your videos. As long as it's your content, you're not harming anybody, hey, come on over and earn some cryptocurrency on as well. Pay is equivalent to what YouTube was paying 3 years ago financially, but the crypto, right now the crypto market is down, but hey, come on over, earn some, save it for later. When things pick back up, you can cash it in and pay some bills. That's the plans. Well guys, I gotta get back to the homestead, and I'm gonna start doing some good tactical videos now. Weather getting nicer, so we'll be doing that too. So stay tuned. Please do subscribe, and stay tuned for updates on what's going out here in the world and how to keep yourself safe, and some survival experiences coming up too. It's Troy from TR, Tech Tactical and Survival. Talk to you later.